Test section 124109. This is US 1. Joining concrete pavements. See the right-of-way sign, the delineator. US 1 southbound. About 20-30 miles south of Daytona. Just turning, looking back through the traffic control section. Northbound direction. This section of joint seal damage on the outside increased a whole bunch from 3 years ago. You can see the grass growing within the joint right there. The severity levels of the transverse joints pretty much the same, but you can see within the individual joints the damage. It seemed like the middle of the section was worse than the far end on the joint seal damage. Also had some spalling of the longitudinal joint out here on the outside. You can see this joint here pretty well messed up. I think this was a 5 AM. You can see the centerline joint well sealed, so they came back in and resealed the other slabs also, opposite hours. Moving along to station 100. Here's a little spa within this first joint past our 100, but it wasn't long enough to count to be 10% of the length of the joint. See right here we've got the longitudinal joint spalling I was talking about. A couple of tenths there, a couple of tenths there, a couple of tenths there, and a couple of tenths there. Down here you got a little deformations within the concrete. You can probably tell that there's this time of day, a decent little shadow in areas from the slab to the edge, so we used a pencil and a little scale to actually check for damage, joint seal damage. You can see where grass is running through. Here's station 200. I think we had 68.2 meters of joint seal damage on the edge, none on the center line. Down here you can tell this joint's well sealed all the way down 5 AL. Some more deformations within the concrete itself. Coming up on station 300. See if they've done some milling and diamond grinding, or diamond grinding within the section, I guess for profile purposes. Turn and look back, probably see them a little better, the different color spots within the slabs. See the grass growing within the joint there. Station 400. So previously said, the joints on this end were in better shape than through the middle of the section. See quite a bit of grass and stuff within the joint here, and another spalling area that we recorded. More joint seal damage, more distortion within the slab. It's not cracking. More joint seal damage. These couple of joints here, previously, we got a little bit of spalling within the joints. There is some spalling in the joint, but not add up to the criteria of the revised manual to count it as joint spalling. It does not exceed or meet 10% of the joint. Here you can see the testing area immediately goes back to asphalt. See the sign, Florida DOT, Experimental Concrete Pavement Overlay End Test Area. It goes back to asphalt. This is looking southbound, US 1. northbound through the test section. This concludes this video distress survey of 12/41/09.